Hi, and welcome to Module 4. In this module, we're going to take a look at emotional awareness and how it plays its part in our journey. Because when we start to learn and understand self-reflection, self-awareness, emotional awareness is the next step. So what we're looking at doing here is actually taking awareness of our emotions rather than just our thoughts and beliefs and self-dialogue. Why would we want to know and learn emotional awareness? When we regulate our emotions and when we start to understand them, or when we start to use them rather than let them use us, then we become emotionally intelligent and we understand the emotions of ourselves and of others, enabling us to communicate at a deeper level, a more intelligent level, and also enables us to make better decisions on whatever it is that we're doing in life. And at the same time, enables us to stay balanced and effective in how we do what we do, which enables our performance. So there are a number of ways how we can start to become emotionally aware, because we're all aware of feelings and generally we think they're random and it plays out when stress arises. But if you go back to the mind model and understand the process, you understand that you're left with an internal representation and then a perception, which you make meaning of. So if you went back in the sequence, you change the sequence, then you'll end up with a different outcome. You'll end up with a different emotion. So the emotional guidance system is really letting us know what's happening, getting us ready for something. So when we discover each emotion has a signal and language that it tells us something, for instance, fear is telling us in a way to be prepared. Something's about to happen. So without that, you wouldn't be prepared. You would just walk out to oncoming traffic. You'd go down a dark alleyway without thinking too hard about it, without knowing what may happen. So our emotional guidance system is there to shine insight and light to the things that's going on. This has a big part in deeper healing, but in this particular phase, we're looking at emotional awareness. The insights are being given to us through action signals. Each emotion has a signal for us to make a change. Otherwise, it just continues the cycle. So when we understand emotions at a deeper level, it gives us tremendous communication skills to be able to work with not only other people, but ourselves at a deeper level, because it really influences our decision making, which is basically what we do when we're being signaled. It's giving us a signal to make a change. For instance, let's look at the emotion of anger. Now, anger is a signal of unfairness. So somewhere in that internal representation that we created, the meaning out of that for us created the signal of anger. And therefore, it signaled into our body the fight and flight response based on that signal of anger. That unfairness in your world might be true, but in someone else's world, it may not be true. So we can see that this is based on perception. When we understand our emotional awareness and our emotional signals, we can start to communicate a lot better with ourselves. This makes us feel more secure. We feel calm. We start to understand ourselves a lot deeper than previously. So it gives us emotional freedom, and it also allows us to control our own state in any given time. Now, that is a power that not many people have. All you need to do is learn how to utilize it in a way that's going to work for you, whether you're a sportsman, a businessman, family person, relationships, whatever it is that you do. Your emotional regulation is really going to change your life, because in the future, rather than reacting and then coming back after and saying, oh my God, why did I do that? You don't react, you start to respond. You take responsibility for your emotions. You respond with ability. Emotional awareness is a very powerful tool to have. And I'd like to touch on something, what we call heart science, which is something that I've been studying for many years. I've used it as a therapist for many years. And that is using the power of the heart to override the brain. We'll discuss this at a deeper level in future programs, but just for this particular video, just know that your heart gives off 5,000 times more power of electricity than your brain does. So that tells us that the energy from your heart is very powerful. We need to utilize this. For instance, we're thinking in a certain way, and it's making our brain stress out, so it sends down signals to the heart. Well, the fact that your heart is more powerful, this enables you to use that power of your heart to negate that signal coming in from the brain that this is scary and this is fearful. When you're on autopilot, it just comes through to the heart and you start to get that fast heartbeat and you start to freak out. But when you start to become aware of that, if you're not changing perception, you can start to use the power of your heart to nullify and to negotiate that emotion to bring it back into balance. This is a powerful thing. We'll go into these tools a bit later in the programs. So using your heart is a way of taking back control of your life and of your stress responses. When we move into a feeling of gratitude and appreciation, think of either of those two emotions, according to HeartMath, are the most powerful emotions in the human body. So when you actually move into gratitude and appreciation, you actually send out this very powerful signal. So how we can use it, if our brain is perceiving something as danger or a threat, we can move into our heart and engage it. And once we engage it, we can start to bring on that feeling of gratitude. And once we do, you have these two emotions coming at each other. One is more powerful than the other. And just over time, seconds or minutes, you can start to bring that energy down and it nullifies it into a nice, quiet, peaceful space. So I'll get you to try it now. You can practice this because practice makes perfect. Remember, your subconscious mind is programmed through repetition. All you have to do is find a nice, quiet space and take a nice deep breath, close your eyes, and bring something into your mind that you're grateful for. Anything at all. It could be your kids, your parents, it could be a gift, it could be anything. Drop down into a nice space, a nice calm space, and bring into your mind that thing that you're grateful for and really focus on it. Really focus on it until eventually you start to feel the feeling of gratitude. So this may take a time depending on where you are. If you're already in a quiet space, it'll be much quicker. If you're in a space where you're moving fast, you may need to quieten your mind first before you move into this space. But try this. Think of something you appreciate or something that you're grateful for. You can hold your hand on your heart if you wish, but take a breath, that'll anchor you in. And really bring that picture up into your mind. See it, hear it, feel all the things that you're grateful for, and just let yourself feel it. And just stay in that space. As you stay in that space, your heart will begin to pulsate the feeling and the emotion and the frequency of gratitude. Now, that is one of the most powerful emotions that your body can bring into the heart field. So take your time, practice it, bring in that feeling of gratitude, and just stay there. Anchor yourself there, whether it's 10 seconds, 30 seconds, because each time you do it, you'll start to get better at it. There's no right or wrong way. You can do it in your own time. It takes 2 or 3 times, some people a bit longer. But once you nail this, you can actually bring yourself into this space whenever you want, and it will calm you down. It will calm your heart down. It'll calm your nervous system down, and it will align and bring your brain and heart into alignment, which is called coherence. And this is a secret to being in charge of your own emotions, your own nervous system, and you're able to engage that parasympathetic nervous system. And I'm sure you'll get amazing results. You'll see and hear this plenty of times during our programs because it's a very simple, powerful tool to use when you're looking to take back control and take back calmness in your life. So just finishing off here, remember, we're looking for awareness. So emotional awareness is, what are these signals telling you? What are they saying to you? Now, we'll go into the secret language of feelings in a further program. Just for the moment, just be aware, just like your self-awareness on your thoughts and your beliefs. What are these emotions saying to you? Where are they coming from? They could be based on a false perception of belief you created as a protective mechanism. They're old programs that need to be removed or updated, whichever it may be. But just practice that. Remember to be able to move into the heart, take a breath, and just simply find that space and bring up something that you're grateful for and just stay there for the moment. Just stay there for a few minutes, even if it's only for half a minute, and you'll realize that it's a beautiful, calm space. We'll see you in the final module.